Hi, I'm Cadence. Welcome to my channel. Today I am sitting down and unboxing and creating a look with my November 2021 Autumn Glam No Make No Life box. Now I am filming this rather late in the month of November, so don't mind my Christmas tree and my Christmas shirt. There's nothing wrong with that. You can still celebrate autumn and Christmas at the same time, right? So this is all of the product lineups, and I will be going through each and every product and what I think of them. I did enjoy this box, though I will say that it is my least favorite that I have gotten, just because there was really nothing in this box that kind of made me super excited. But I'm not knocking the quality or this box at all. I do love No Make No Life, and I definitely would recommend them if you love Korean beauty, Japanese beauty, and lots of skincare and makeup. They are a subscription box that comes every month in the mail, so my December box is coming pretty soon. I do expect it in the mail any day now. They are very good about shipping out, and I love trying new products. My makeup collection definitely has grown really big since I have started this box, but that's not a problem for me. I really hope you enjoy seeing this look that I create with all of the products, and I hope you enjoy watching. No Make No Life box always come with some kind of skincare, and this month I got the Peach Point Mask and the Premium Serum Mask, Pearl and Botanica. I went with the sheet mask, and I loved how moisturized my skin felt once I was finished. I feel like it was a good base to prime my skin for all of the makeup I was about to apply. It was my favorite part from this month's box. Now that my skin feels moisturized and primed for makeup, I'm going to start with my eyes first, and I forgot to use concealer and decided to go straight in with the tape. Now before I apply the tape to my face, I always make sure to stick it on the back of my hand a few times so the stickiness wears off and doesn't pull on my skin too much. Next, I'm going in with this Beck Issue White Eyeshadow Primer, and I'm using a flat eyeshadow brush to blend it onto my eyelid. This brush had some black shadow on it from a few looks ago, and I forgot about that and used it anyway, so I just patted it out to blend the two colors together. Now I'm deciding to use this brush set from this month's box, and I'm taking the eyeshadow palette from the Kirei factory, their 8-color eyeshadow palette, and I'm first taking the medium-sized fluffy brush and going into the matte neutral brown. This was my favorite shade from this palette because I feel like it blended the easiest and it had the most pigment. I decided to use that to set the eye primer in place, and I blended that all over my eyelid. Something that I noticed right away about this palette is the pigment took a while to build up, and I definitely did have to dip back into this palette multiple times. I believe if I could have used a smaller brush that would have worked, but I experimented more with this palette and I found the best way to apply these shadows were with my fingers. I decided to go into the very last shadow of this palette. It is a very dark brown and it has a slight shimmer in it, and I decided to apply that to the outer V of my eye, and I just patted that on to build up the pigment and then blended that into the matte brown shade that I had used previously. You can see with this one I got a lot of fallout, and usually that doesn't bother me, but I feel like most of this fallout was actually from the shadow falling off of the brush, so that contributed to having to dip back into the palette more to build up the color. I went into the shadow right next to the dark brown, had more of a red hue to it, and I decided to apply that to the middle third of my eye, and then taking a makeup wipe, I decided to clean up the shape of my eye makeup. I did not really like the shape I was going for, so I decided to clean up the edges of it to go for more of a wing effect. The makeup wipes I'm using are from Peachc Slices. They are the clear skin oil free makeup remover micellar wipes. Now I am taking the smallest eyeshadow brush in this 5-piece makeup brush set, and I am going back into the very first matte brown shade that I used, and I'm kind of blending the edges of this look to kind of make it appear a little more softer. There is only one matte shade in this entire palette, and the rest are shimmer finishes. I decided to go into the one that looked pinkish to me. It is the 4th shadow in, and I applied that to the middle third of my eye as well, focusing more on the inner portion of my eye. and I tried with a brush, but the brush sadly had more fallout, so I decided to go in with my finger, and it took a while to build up, but I was happy with the way the shadow appeared. Again, I'm taking my makeup wipe and adjusting the shape once again. I struggled a little bit with my eye makeup shape today. I couldn't decide what I wanted to do, so in the end I decided to just wipe it off and play around with it a little more. And then I took my largest fluffy brush from my Lisa Frank Morphe collection, and I also went back into the matte brown shade and blended the edges once again to make it appear a little less harsh. At this point, I decided to remove the tape that I had on my face to help me with the shape because I feel like it wasn't really working today, so I decided to just remove it and play around with the shape some more. I think part of the reason why I was being thrown off was because I forgot to use concealer, and usually I use concealer first to kind of set my base, and I think my dark circles meshing with my dark eyeshadow was kind of throwing me off, but in the end I made it work out, and once I had the concealer on I felt better about my eye makeup. Again, I took the smallest flat eyeshadow brush in this collection and I played around with the edges of this eye makeup. I then did my favorite concealer from Too Faced in the color Swan, and I went ahead and applied the concealer because I was eager to see how my eye makeup would look, and I just took one of my small medium brushes from 8 Cosmetics in my collection and used that to blend out my concealer. I really like using brushes to blend out concealer because then I like going over and setting with the sponge. I feel like using a brush, you can be more precise with a brush. Out of the 5-piece brush set that I received from this box, I only ended up using 3 brushes, and in my honest opinion, they weren't very good quality, but they were still fun to use, but I definitely would not recommend them. I don't see myself using them a lot in the future. This is my all-time favorite foundation. It never lets me down, and the color match is perfect for my skin tone. And I know it looks funny, but always make sure to get the corners of your mouth and the edges of your nose. Those are the spots that people seem to miss the most when they do their makeup, myself included, but always make sure you get those spots. It's one of my pet peeves for myself when I do my makeup. Now taking my all-time favorite Born This Way Ethereal setting powder, I took that on an angled brush from ColourPop and I set underneath my eyes and my cheekbones where I will be applying powder bronzer next, and I also like to set my nose and forehead and also my chin anywhere where I don't want transferring and where I want my makeup to last. I took my brush again and jumped back to the shape of my eyeshadow again, just kind of playing around with that. Watching this back, it's kind of giving me OCD that I just kept messing with it because in the end it did turn out, so I guess all those times messing with it, I guess it was worth it. I went in with the second shadow in this palette. It was a gold shimmer and I applied that to the inner corner to brighten my eyes. I then took the third brush that I'll be using from this 5-piece brush set, and it looked like an eyeliner pencil brush, so I thought it would be perfect for my under eyes. And while I was kind of messing around with it, I saw that you could like kind of cap it like a pen, and I thought that was really cool. I think it would be perfect if you were traveling and you needed a small brush. I took the brown matte, the dark brown shimmer, and the red dark brown shimmer that I applied on my upper lid, going in the same order that I went on my upper lash line. Using the Peachc Slim Waterproof Fixxy liner in the color Soft Brown, I applied that, lining my upper lash line. This liner claims that it is quick drying, only taking 15 seconds. I would agree. I think upon initially applying it, you can smudge it out, so you could use this for any kind of liner you want to create. I then decided to tightline my upper lash line, and I know this looks scary and painful, but I promise it's not, so I won't include a lot about it, but I decided to try it and it didn't run and lasted me all day long. I have really been into using white on my bottom lower lash line for my waterline, and I decided to use this pencil from NYX. I went ahead and curled my lashes off camera, and I used my Act Natural ColourPop mascara, and I also applied some false lashes from Ardell. They're actually the water activated kind, but I don't think they work very well, so I went in with my favorite Duo lash glue. I also filled in my eyebrows using my Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil in the shade number 2, and then I used the 3D brow tones in shade number 4 to set them and add some depth and dimension to my eyebrows. Using my most favorite bronzer from Too Faced, their Sun Puppy bronzer, I went in with a big fluffy blending brush from ColourPop and applied that to the high points of my face and bronzed my skin up to give me back some color. A good tip when applying any powder to your face is once you set your base, you can apply by tapping the product on first, and then once you have built it up and set it, then you can sweep lightly across your face to build up the color and distribute it quicker. I used my Why Not Spins blush from a previous Nomakenolife box, and this is actually still my favorite blush. I use it all the time. I went a little heavy-handed on the blush today, but I decided to blend it out with my foundation blending sponge. The brush I'm using is also from ColourPop. Lastly, the Melliesh Multi Heart Color Cheek Palette. I got this in the shade Bronze Brown. I forgot to use it as my bronzer, so I'm taking the shimmer shade and applying that as an eye topper, and I feel like this totally made me fall in love with this look. This was kind of taking it to the next level. I was really happy with it, and looking at it in the mirror, it looks like that wet look that is super trendy for eyeshadow right now. I was really happy with it. I'm taking my Heart Revolution highlighter. This is my favorite go-to highlighter, and I was really impressed with the glow today, so I had to show it off a little bit. I am taking my Lisa Frank Morphe angled blending brush to apply this. I think you don't need a lot of this highlighter, and you will look like your highlighter is poppin'. I am taking now Skin Vaselip Glow. I got the shade Red, and I really like this. It is very comfortable to wear, and it's not sticky, and it also has no weird smell, so it is totally a win from me. And this is a good product because you can build it up to create that really full bold red lip, or you can wear it more like a gradient effect, which I have done both, and I really like how both wear throughout the day. Finally, taking this Prep and Prime MAC Fix Plus setting spray, I set my face, and while I was letting that dry, I admired my highlighter a little more because why not? I definitely recommend trying this highlighter, and it is not very expensive. It is from the drugstore, and I really like it a lot. I decided to throw a little clip in of me styling my hair, and once I had styled my hair and blow dried and flat ironed, I had my completed finished look. Okay, so that brings me to the end of my November 2021 Autumn Glam nomakenolife box. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you enjoyed seeing all of the products being put to the test. And my final thoughts, to be honest, I think this is my least favorite box from nomakenolife that I have received yet. That doesn't mean I think the products are bad, I just don't think there was really anything in this box that got me super excited for it, other than I really did like the face mask that I used in the beginning of the video. I think it really hydrated my skin nicely, and I gotta say, looking at my skin now, with all the makeup on, I really think it was a good primer for my skin. My skin looks flawless. It looks very smooth, and products lay really nicely on it, so I was really happy with that. I am really curious to play around with little bronzer shadow shimmer a little more. I actually forgot about it when I was doing my bronzer, but then I saw it sitting on my vanity and I decided to use the glitter as an eye topper, and I feel like that really just took the eye makeup to like the next level. I do like this eyeshadow palette. I think it is a little cheap looking. The eyeshadows are not the greatest quality. There is a lot of fallout, which usually doesn't bother me, but I feel like most of the fallout is the shadow that's on your brush, so I feel like it took a lot to build up the pigment. I definitely think this is a palette that works better with applying with your fingers and not a brush. I do like the look that I achieved with it. My lashes these are actually the water activated lashes, but I used glue this time. I like the eyeliner pencil. They say it dries within 15 seconds, and I would say that is true. I think it works really good for tight lining. I would use that again. I've not tried these yet, but I remember getting them in one of my first boxes and I really like them. And for the surprise gift for No Make No Life this month, I got this Moly Tightening Cooling Pack, and I have not tried this out. I hopefully want to try this out before I get this video up so I can update you on my thoughts. But it says it's an ice corset pore pack that tightens open and loose pores seamlessly with a cooling effect that covers the pore. And I'm gonna open it just to show you what it looks like. It's a very weird texture, and I would have used this, but I used the sheet mask first. It kind of reminds me of, just looking at it right now, it reminds me of blue cheese. Very spongy, and it does feel cool to the touch, and it looks like it becomes like this paste almost. So I'm gonna try this out and then update you on that. The brush set again with the palette, it was a little cheap looking, which it was still fun to try, and I'm not knocking the quality of it. My favorite brush was definitely this brush. I did not know you could twist it up and it's like a pen, which this is really cool, and this would be awesome if like you're traveling and you just need a small brush for on the go. And then lastly, lip balm. It is not uncomfortable on the lips, and I really like it. I would definitely recommend, and I love that I got red because I love a good red lip. I like it that you can either build it up or wear it more natural for like a gradient effect. Even though I said it was my least favorite, that doesn't mean I didn't like it at all. That is just my honest opinion, and I find it quite funny that I'm sitting here filming my final autumn look for the month of November, and I have my Christmas tree up, and then I have my Christmassy Pluto shirt on. That ends out this video from me. I hope you enjoyed everything, and I definitely recommend No Make No Life. You can give it a try. I do look forward to my December box, which I'm pretty sure is coming in the mail any day now, because I am filming this rather late in November. It's the 26th today, so yesterday was Thanksgiving. So I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate. I hope you have a nice day or night wherever you are, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video.